Hi, how you doing? My name is Kennedy. I'm your host, and this is The Art of. Today's host is a good friend of mine, someone who I love and respect. We graduated from high school together. He graduated in undergrad from Fort Valley State University, graduated with his master's in statistics from Grand Valley, and now he's just living life, and building his brand. So, without further ado, Jourdan Watson. Jourdan, how you feeling? How you doing, man?
Good. Glad to be on the show. I know this has been a long time coming. We done talked about, coming on the show, talking about brand, catching up. And, we be talking from here to here. Time to time. So being able to, do this in person and be able to just see how everybody's been is good. But I've been content. I think I use content a lot, but really content because you're trying to figure out life.
Yeah.
Trying to,
you
figure out different things, figure out avenues. So it's like...
Life seems like it's going well.
I would say it is, very grateful, very blessed, to be in the season that I'm in. And I think, I don't know, I'm just content, but also know that it's, more things to do. It's always growth. There's always going to be something next, but, yeah.
Okay, so let's just get into the topic. We're talking about Prolific Dreamer, your brand. So the first question I want to ask you is just what is Prolific Dreamer? I know we talked about it, but I feel like we ain't got into it deep. So What is the brand Prolific Dreamer?
So Prolific Dreamer, this is the brand that I started in 2021. The meaning behind it is prolific, meaning somebody who's in abundance, always having dreams. So prolific dreamer, always constantly envisioning things, always, think outside the box, being creative. But not somebody who just dreams, because I think dreams can be dead, and if you're not putting them into action, then what are they good for? But a prolific dreamer is somebody who's always constantly envisioning things, but somebody who doesn't just think and dream, somebody who actually puts it in motion.
Yeah, I love that, and I just love hearing you talk about that because there's so many dreams to achieve, so many goals to reach, I remember kind of when you first came out with it, and I'm like, okay, what does prolific mean? Okay, now obviously the definition of dreams, but what does that mean? And then putting them together and seeing hey, I love this. This is just a great brand in general for what it is. So that is what the brand is. What type of style is the brand and stuff?
So for me, a lot of people don't know. I am somebody who smart casual wear over streetwear. So although I'm in this weird phase of still trying to figure out my style, because I think it always evolves over time when you do things or you get inspiration from people or things, or you're in a different season. Things are just gonna change.
Trends change.
Exactly. So it's I'm more so trying to create something that's universal, but something that fits me. I'm not really trying to fit in with trends, because I think at the end of the day, they get played out. They're cool, they're nice, but creating something that I'm gonna wear and being able to present that into the world and people gravitating towards it, getting hit with it, putting it on. So I think that's more so, the vision that I have for it. But I was also inspired by I listen to a lot of music, rap, but I think back in the day I was listening to Nipsey. Nipsey always had, I believe he had prolific tatted on the side of his face or something like that. I was like, what is prolific? I've never really took the time to go out and kind of research the word, but that's kind of where I got the inspiration from. And then Dreamer. Meat Mill has a brand. It's called Dream Chasers, or that's kind of his camp, whatever you want to call it. But I was like, okay, Dream Chasers, I'm chasing dreams. People are always chasing dreams. So I kind of combined those two different dynamics, their lifestyle, their upbringing. Just research that, and I kind of was satisfied with Prolific Dreamer. But me, I'm just trying to evolve it. I've been working on it for about 6 years, and success just doesn't happen overnight. So I'm still content with my brand and just trying to elevate it and take it to the next level.
Nice. So you called it smart casual.
Smart casual. So,
I like that, and I feel that's very fitting for you.
Really?
You are. Yes. Always, just very smart, but very sophisticated, but cool at the same time.
Yeah.
But chill, it's just, I feel that's kind of the perfect, way to describe this brand and like your style and stuff. So that's good. Okay, so you talked a lot about like not you. Yes, you pay attention to trends, but not necessarily always going to trends because sometimes what trends are don't align with what you are, and I think that's how you kind of create longevity with like brands and stuff like that. So that's okay. All right, that's nice to hear. Okay, so with Prolific Dreamer, you just launched you just dropped in November, November 28th, your birthday. Yeah. What was that like? What was the process of like building those? I guess each product. Like, take me through the creative process of that.
Yeah. So surprisingly enough, I hadn't dropped in 2-3 years, and that was due to me just going through life trying to figure things out that were separate from the brand, but also still having like a creative mind. So what I was doing was creating silently, but just not putting things out. So like, some of the pieces I had, I've been sitting on them where I was like, getting a sample or just trying to like see if this is something I actually want to put out rather than just trying to do a money grab. Like people put out clothes or whatever and it's just for like money, but I want to be intentional in how I was going to drop. Wanted to make sure it was like quality, so I would go back and get different samples. I would make sure everything was to my liking. So it took time for that, and I didn't want to like just throw something out there. And I was just balancing, creative side as well as like my personal, and I was still in grad school, so it was just a lot to balance. But my creative process, I get like, I'm not sure if you heard like a Virgil, or I'm pretty sure you know who Virgil is, but he had this like kind of like this mindset he had when creating things, and it's like a 3% rule, and that's what a lot of people use nowadays. But essentially, it's taking something that's already been put out into the world, that's already like hip and fashion or whatever you want to call it, and making a 3%, just tweaking it a little bit. That's still being able to allow you to keep up with cultural trends and stuff like that, but
align with what you like.
Correct. So I've been kind of incorporating that, but I think sometimes trends happen so fast. It's like I don't want to keep up with that. I want to put out something that I like wearing, I'm comfortable in, and people just gravitate towards it. But for me, it takes a lot of like researching the materials that I want to use, the color palettes, getting multiple samples of like that same product, wearing it, making sure it's durable, making sure I like the texture, making sure I can tweak things here and there before just putting it out. And then getting those designs in. So like I create all my designs, marketing. Like I'm kind of my own CEO in a sense. Cause like when you starting out, you do everything alone. Job. Like you play every role you're doing on your own. You gotta learn, and it takes time to learn everything. You're not gonna be perfect in it. But for me, like just being able to see, my design come to life and being able to kind of see it in that product or whatever I'm doing. But I think for me, like this season was I think the clothes kind of speak for that season. Like I was still trying to find kind of like my niche or my area of where I wanted to go with the clothes and trying something different. Like I don't think I've ever played with too many things like I did in this drop. Like I think back in the day I was like, okay, bet sweatsuit, shirts. But I kind of started getting into like denim, like different materials, things I felt like were like pieces rather than just, a product just to sell. So my creative process is kind of all over the place. I get, designs or inspiration from like things I see, things that's going on in my life, and I don't know, just kind of putting that into a product. So it's kind of all over the place, but I know like it works for me.
It's organized for yourself.
It is for sure, but yeah, that's kind of how I would describe my process. And specifically for this drop, I didn't want to do too many crazy pieces. I kind of wanted to keep it, I believe I did 6 to 7 products, but they were all kind of different and not repetitive. And overall, they did well. Like it was my biggest drop probably ever since I like started my brand. So
that's good.
With not dropping, within those 2-3 years, I was like, okay, I might still got it, not quitting, not trying to change up too many things, but it definitely went well and better than I expected. So
that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Do you like sit down, draw the thing out? Do you do it on a computer? Like how's that?
Everything I do is on Photoshop. So I learned Photoshop. I'm still learning it because there's so many things you can do within Photoshop. Right. You can really get freaky. Like you can bring a lot of things to life. So I just use Photoshop, get images off the web, like take photo. Like if I see something on Instagram or like a fabric or like a design, or like, oh, I like how they did it, I'm taking a screenshot and I'm
every
adding it
time.
every time. And I got a folder specifically in my photos for my brand, and I'm like, I go back to that and use that as reference. But
and I think that's kind of like part of the visionary thing. Sometimes with me, I know like I'm a very visual person.
yes.
Like, and a lot of times I have to see it. Like, I need to be able to see it. Like, okay, I got this vision in my head, but now I need to see it on paper. So I have to like draw something out. And then it's like, okay. And then I'll see someone on Instagram like, oh, that's like kind of how I want that.
Exactly.
So I screenshot. And it's like, it's crazy. I love the creative process in any like form of art. Like, whether it's fashion, whether it's like music, because it's always a process that's like, dang, your mind works like...
It's all over the place, but it creates something.
Oh, it comes together.
It's crazy.
And I love that. I just love seeing people work on things that are like, where you have to be creative, because it's like, dang, like this is just... One, it's inspiring. Two, it's like, this is just like intriguing, because like, how did your mind come up with that? And I think that's amazing.
Yeah, seeing people, I guess, just do creative, like have a creative outlet. Because, we can get caught up in the everyday of life and like working and doing like the redundant things. But it's like, once you see people tap into that, you like, I got respect for you. And you doing it while people looking at you and might not support, whatever you want to call it. It's like, keep doing it. Like,
when I see like, I can see one person, if they like, make one video and it's amazing. They can have one video on social media, and if it's amazing, I'm automatically following them. Because it's like, if you're able to put out that once, I imagine what you're, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the consistency.
Like, exactly. Like, I can get into it.
Interesting.
I love it so much. I love, when people create. I think, that's one of the most beautiful things. So, I got a couple questions. I got a lot of questions, actually. So have you always wanted to be a business owner?
I think over time, like, I definitely grew to know, like, business is key, and ownership. I think I learned over time, just through like conversation with friends, especially like family, like ownership is the key to just financial freedom, and I would just say freedom in general.
Yes.
And that's what I think I want at the end of the day, freedom, like, from, doing those redundant things or whatever you want to call it, to be able to just enjoy life to its fullest. But I would say, for sure, like, I forgot the question.
No, have you always wanted to be a business owner?
Oh, business owner, yes. My bad.
No, you're good.
I was going on a 10. You see,
your
mindset just be going all over the place.
That's good. So did you always know you wanted to have a brand? And like, did you think it would be like this type of style? Like,
truthfully, no. Like, I think one day I was in college and I woke up, or I believe it was definitely like a vision and a gift that God was giving me to be like, start this. And I wouldn't say it came out of nowhere, but it kind of did. Like, I never woke up and was like, oh, I just want to start a clothing brand. Or I seen somebody, I never saw it. Like, I saw people start brands, but it was never like, oh, I want to do what they're doing.
Yeah, it wasn't like when you started, it wasn't as big as it is now.
It's not. It's definitely big.
You got it on the front line for real. Like,
for sure. And I was kind of surprised at that. I was like, wow, like, this is, a vision that I got, and I'm going to put it into motion. And I didn't think I would, be in that position, but I just took the leap and started it.
So how did like that vision come together? Like, were you like just thinking of like a business that you wanted to do, and it's like it kind of came? Like, how did that?
So it was actually like peak COVID. So during COVID, people were bored. Like, they didn't have things to do. And crazy enough, I didn't have TikTok during COVID. Like, I didn't get TikTok until like 22, 23, and I was still barely on it. But like, it came more so like me listening to like Meek back in the day. It was one song that I know for sure is Time by Meek Mill and Lil Baby. And that's a song that kind of like, I was just listening to the words. And that inspired me to just like create something. And it just happened to be that brand. And as well as Nipsey, like the prolific. Those were, I guess, definitely like the cornerstones to kind of like give me that vision. But I didn't think it would be like a brand.
Really? Would you? So you came up. So you're like listening to music. You're like, oh, I like that. I like this, and then you come up with the name first. Prolific Dreamer.
But I was trying to figure out like the definition. Like, what does that mean?
So how did like it? Like, what was the point where it like turned to a brand? Like, where you was like, oh, maybe I should do clothes. Like, what else were you thinking? Were you thinking to be like some type of nonprofit or something? Like, what was, like, tell me about that. Like,
I think for me, it was always like fashion and clothes. Cause I think I express myself through clothes a lot. So I think that was like a way for me to kind of have like an outlet. I think that was the main thing I thought of. But as far as any other outlet, I didn't really think of much then.
Okay, so it was always pretty much fashion.
I would say so for sure.
Okay, got you. Okay.
But I thought it's crazy because I've thought about like other business ventures, but like buying a business rather than like starting a business. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely came at like a random time, but.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so what has been the hardest obstacle with like building this brand up?
It's gonna sound cliche because I think people say it all the time, but consistency in marketing, like that's a really big thing that I'm still learning 6 years in. Like it evolves because you see like your demographic, like the people that you're, you know, trying to market your product to or your brand to, it changes over time and like trends change and all that. Like, and that's due to the phone, that's due to social media. So it's like you got to keep up with that stuff and be able to like market creativity or creatively. And for me, I think consistency for sure, because at times like you go on like really creative sprints. And you're like, okay, I'm creative. Like, but then like other areas of your life, whether it's personal, whether it's, you know, relationships, it's like those, I wouldn't say necessarily get in the way, but like they alter the way that you think or like creative or you express your creativity. So I would say for me, those are definitely the two things that I like struggle with at first. And I would say I kept my brand too. Like,
really? You
like
think so?
I wasn't out here like
pushing.
For sure, like I was hungry, but I wasn't overdoing it. And I think that's due to my personality. Like I'm really like reserved, like low key. So it's like, oh, you got a brand? I never knew that. Why didn't you tell us? And it's just like, I don't know. Like I was just trying to build it. So like being more communicative and like just getting yourself out there, I think is definitely something I could have done better. But I don't regret anything I did either.
Right. Do you think that was like somewhat out of like fear of what like people would think or say about it, or it's just like more so like, you know, it's uncomfortable?
Probably uncomfortable for sure. I don't really think I care too much about like what people think about me, honestly. But
just the comfort of like
for sure
posting.
Yeah, like getting it out there. Like, oh, you got a brand, because it was like it's a leap of faith. You kind of scared to take that leap all the way, even though it's like something you want to do. So I think that was more so the reason.
And I think like I think we kind of like have vision for things the same way. Like I know when I envision something, I envision it with the end in mind. And like, so when I start building something up, like I try to build it up like to that point. And it's like, you're not going to reach that point at first. And I think that's where a lot of my frustration with like the art of came. Cause I have visions for this, but it's like, I'm not going to reach that point yet. Like it's baby steps. Like it's small. You got to like build things up brick by brick until you get, until you get the full house. And I think that's like one thing that I have realized from, you know, doing this. It's like, it really takes time, a lot of time. What, like, do you think you're further along than where you thought you would be? Like, did you think you'd still be going by this point? Like, what did you...
So, I think my measure is, like, you still doing something you want to do. At the end of the day, like, I think we all long for success. We all want to be successful. We all want to make a bag from things. And I get that. But I think for me, it's something that I wanted to start that I'm still doing. It's like, let's say one person buys something, I'm going to be satisfied. Like, that's one more person that didn't know about my brand. And it's a creative outlet for me that I can turn into, you know, income. But, like, my end goal isn't income at the end of the day. To this day, I still, like, everything I make is inserted back into the brand. Like, I don't really, you know, pay myself or nothing like that. But I think at the end of the day, people have money as an end goal. But I'm more so focused on, like, building, like, the system to make sure that it can survive for like a long period of time. And like I said, things don't happen overnight. So
you gotta invest a lot of money, a lot of time. Like you have to invest in your goals and your dreams because like that's the only way it's gonna work. Like really,
only way. And
then it's like risky. It is like, dang, should I put this money towards it? Like, what if it don't? But it's like, you just got to do it. Like, if you have the vision for this and you believe, like, you're going to achieve it, like, you just have to invest into it.
Correct.
Regardless of what the risks are and regardless of how, like, scary it is. Ugh, that's crazy. Okay. So you said the hardest obstacle was like basically getting over the comfort level.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, how did you overcome that? Like,
how did I? So this is like something that I begin to know and understand as I like continue my brand. Like the people closer to you, they gonna support you. But like seeing random people that you never encountered, I think pushed me more than the people who are close to me. Because it's like you don't know me from a can of paint, but you willing to repost, you willing to buy something, you willing to just support the brand. So that kind of, I think, motivated and pushed me to like just keep going and to just think about, you know, the long term and the creative process and all that. Because it's like you touching people that you never thought you could due to like the internet and social media.
Yeah. Do you think you have anybody that's like you thought would support you and it was like, dang, like that didn't, and it was like kind of shocking to you? Or was everybody pretty much like?
I don't know. I think that's a interesting like subject because I think people are obligated to do anything. Like that's how I look at it. Like people ain't obligated to do nothing. Like family, friends.
Right.
Like, not saying that they did it, but I'm just saying in general, like that expectation that I have for people isn't really, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. It's like if you rock with me, you will do it. If you don't, okay, you don't. But it doesn't necessarily mean like, you know, you don't support me. It's just other ways you might support. And it's like I don't really focus too much on that.
Well, good. That's good. I think one thing I like the way I see that is like even with myself, like a whole bunch of people are doing a whole bunch of different things, and it's like, oh, you know, I'm happy for you. And I may not like comment on every post or anything like that, but it's like, I am happy for everything that you're succeeding in, you know. And I think like also it's like, say you got 5 friends who have a podcast or something. It's like, what are the chances you're gonna watch each of their podcasts every week? Like, you know, and I think I'm more realistic about stuff like that. Like, people have their own lives, their own interests, and they may not be interested in, like, some people don't care about fashion at all.
Exactly.
And it's like, that don't mean they don't like you, they don't rock with you. It's just like, that's not in their interest, you know? And I think that's like, one thing people gotta realize, like, stop worrying about, like, that stuff like that. Like, don't get mad, don't get jealous. Sometimes, like, don't even cut people off because, you know, they not reposting everything. It's like,
we give too much credit to a like, a comment, a story we share. Like, these are all things mandated from social media. So why are we giving it so much energy? Like, do you call me? Do you text me? Like, do you do the things outside of the eyes of social media? Yeah. Social media fake at the end of the day. Like,
and a lot of people do things on social media just because other people are doing it. Like, oh, I'm a like, oh, I saw this person like, oh, or they got 500 likes. I'm a like.
I swear, you see that name come up, you're like, I'm gonna like it.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Or this person's with this person, oh, let me like, because I know both of them, you know, or know both of them. It's just like, it's weird, but yeah, like, what are you doing actually to support somebody? Like, have you, you know, I'm not even saying something as big as donate money, but like, have you donated or have you bought from their product? Have you just like encouraged them, like, hey, I see what you're doing, like, you know, you're doing a good job.
Like, whatever.
Anything, like, and little stuff like that, people have texted me and be like, hey, like, I'm proud of you or something. Like, even you, like, what you said today, it's just like, little stuff like that is encouraging in the most, like, you know, in like a big way. Okay, so I asked you about the obstacle. What is one thing your brand has taught you? Like, building this brand, what has it taught you?
What has it taught me? I feel like, just to be optimistic, like, what it has taught me is to, if you're going to put something out, if you're going to, you know, create something, you can do that with anything, like, as long as you put the time in and, like, that effort. And I think it's just a process of growth. Like, once you understand that you're capable of doing the things that you always wanted to do, it's like that transcends into other areas of your life. So, like, oh, okay, I can start a brand. Okay, bet I can do a podcast. Like, you know, you kind of can jump into different avenues once you take that leap of faith. But I think it's taught me, like, overcoming fear.
Yeah.
Really.
That's a big thing.
Because I've even, like, this might sound crazy, but, like, I've even, like, stepped out my comfort zone by just having random conversations with people, like, in places, like, being more social. Because, you know, people, they be dormant. They don't want to, like, talk to people. And I feel like it's weird. Like, we are social creatures. So it's like, why not continue that? But, like, just taking that leap, like, okay, they might not give the response that I was looking for, but at least, you know, said what's up. I said, hey, I don't know you from a campaign. You don't owe me nothing. I don't know you nothing, but we just show love. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation, whatever it may be. So
that's something I'm making like intentional moving into the New Year's, like really building, like having a conversation because you never know where it can go.
Never.
And like, like in the world we're in the creative world, you need those different networks and connections. So how have you like kind of build a like network for yourself of like, like how'd you find a manufacturer, or I don't know if you did your website or somebody else did, like how'd you meet these people to get in like build your brand up from these different like aspects?
Yeah, I would say I didn't really like, a lot of people gatekeep. So like, I don't ever want to go into a situation and not do my research first. It's like we have tools at our hands. So it's like I got on the internet, I looked up manufacturers, Alibaba, whatever. It's people that will DM you on Instagram, like when you starting a brand, and it might be sketchy because it's like you don't know who they are. They could be scamming. People just create fake profiles and accounts. So it's like you don't know who you're kind of dealing with, but like taking that leap to be able to just see like, okay, are they a genuine person? Are they real? Whatever it may be. I think for me, a lot of the things have been through word of mouth, or like sharing things or story reshares on social media to kind of get it out there or like communicate. But I think even going to like in-person events, so like in undergrad, we would always have like, small business day or whatever you want to call it, to where it's vendors or people that have small business on campuses, and we just go out there and see, what's going on or whatever. But I think I'm very different from when I was in undergrad too. So like, I think I did a few of them, but I was also scared to like go out there and like, support, hey guys, I got a brand. Like, come over here, come shop with me. But I think over time, like you understand, like that's what you gotta do. Like you gotta be social. You gotta be, confident and make sure that you trust in your brand so that it can go where it needs to go. As far as like creating my website, I use Shopify. I think it has like everything that I need for one person that runs a brand. But that's kind of what I've done to kind of get myself out there. And even friends like Thank You, shout out Josiah. They really like were some of the friends that I just relied on for like business endeavors or whatever, because they got long lasting brands as well. In photography, media, and whatever. So I relied on, friends I know, like, hey, like, I'm gonna come rock with you just because I know you off the strength of
and what you're doing is good, like
correct, yeah. And it's like it's crazy because you see everybody doing like creative things, like I just rock with it. Like, yeah.
Okay, so I think you talked about like the career kind of fairs at like Fort Valley, and I think we had those at Hampton, and that was something I did not take advantage of at all. I mean, one, I didn't really have anything to push or promote or anything, but I still think like if I would have done that and learned how to be like confident in it and like just how to hold conversations with strangers that I don't know, I think that is a skill that would have helped me a lot. But since I didn't, that's why I'm trying to be intentional with it now, like just kind of just pushing things out there, trying to talk. Like, even with this YouTube, like, people would ask me what I'm doing, and I'm like, oh, YouTube, and then, like, I'll walk away, or, like, the conversation would end, and be like, dang, I should have told him the name. Like, oh, my YouTube is this, and I'll do this, and this, and this, just, like, pushing it out there, because you never, like, literally, you never know, like, what will come out of those connections.
You think that's because we feel like our brand is small, that, like, we can't do that? Like big brands do it all the time. And of course, they have, an audience and all that, but like, we just starting out, so we feel like we don't want to.
I think for me, it's like, I don't think you're going to be interested anyway. So, like, I feel like it's a waste of time, like, trying to tell you about it. But, like, I met someone at Home Depot, and he was like, I was building something for my studio, and he was asking me about it. And I was like, oh. And I told him about my YouTube. And, like, literally that night, he was like, oh, I watched your video. I'm like, so it's like, and that showed me, like, you really have to push it. Like, you never, even if they don't watch it, so what? At least you got it out there. And, like, you keep putting things in people's mind. If they hear something over and over, if they hear prolific dreamer, and they're like, okay, at some point, they're going to be like, what is this? And if they look into it and see something they like, now that that's a follower you gain, even though it might have not been, like, directly in the moment, now it's like, a little bit of time is gone, but you still gain, like, a follower or whatever.
And not being too cool to, like, I gotta get over that, like not being too cool to like push it, cause
like beg, like that's why I'm about to get into
like begging, but
no.
I don't know about begging. You
I don't
gonna
care.
rock with me or not?
But that's what I'm doing.
I
feel like when I post stuff on social media, I feel like I'm begging for people to look in it, and that's what it like. I feel like
you gotta keep adding fuel to the fire. Like I get what you're saying.
But it's like literally, and that's why I hate like sometimes I hate posting because it's just like I feel like I'm begging. I feel like I'm begging people to like look into what I'm doing, like literally, and that's one of like I kind of been getting over that. Like it's
you gotta just keep throwing it in their face.
And also like people are not paying that much attention. Like they may, they are and they aren't. Like some people like. I think because it's like I'm begging and some things are like that's like, oh, I messed up or I did this and it looks a little weird. It's like people aren't paying, like I'm my biggest critic.
Yeah, I feel you.
And people aren't paying as much attention as you are to that one little mess up or that one little thing that you did right. So.
But I also think Instagram is like, it's a lot of like people that monitor people, like in a way that's another topic. But like, I feel like people are always looking, like they know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, whether
even if they're not locking, they're paying attention.
Exactly.
Like, and I think that's kind of weird.
It is. It's crazy.
Because, it'd be like, you got so many views and, like, only a couple likes. You're like, bro, like, come on.
Weird.
How I get, like, 3,000 views, I get 200 likes.
Facts.
Or,
somebody's seeing it, shoot.
Yeah, and it's like, even that, like, just even getting the views is a good thing. Because at least somebody's watching. It's getting put out there, so.
Yeah.
What's some goals you have for like Prolific Dreamer in the future? It don't have to be like anything major or deep, but like just anything you feel comfortable sharing. Like, where do you see yourself in like 5 to 10 years or something? With the brand.
For sure. I think for me, maybe I need to be like more intentional with setting the goals, but I think that 1% or that progress to the end goal of like creating a bigger brand is always gonna be the goal. Like, I don't want to necessarily put like a number on it, a name on like, 100 million by the end. Like, I don't want to set that type of goal, but I want that exposure to kind of be limitless. I don't want to put a limit on it for like that growth or whatever. But I think it will definitely be a bigger name brand than what it is now. It will have more exposure. We'll be doing more things. There will be more clothing items. There will be, more things catered to the exposure and the growth of Prolific Dreamer rather than like, word of mouth and like social media. It would just be different avenues that I'm kind of pushing it in, and different pieces I'll be dropping. I think 5-10 years I'll be pushing it like 30.
Yeah.
I think like over time, like I'll mature in fashion and what I like, so I'll be putting that out rather than what I am now. So
okay, so it's kind of like a second part to that question. With this brand, like, what do you want the brand's legacy to be? Like, when you're dead and gone, like, what do you want people to know about this brand? Do you want it to continue, but also like, what do you want people to know about this brand? What do you want like to stay consistent for eternity, I guess, with this brand?
I think for sure that like it's a lifestyle, it's a mentality rather than like it's a brand. Like Prolific Dreamer, always be creative, always constantly envision things, but don't just think and dream about it. Like, just put it into motion, and that's gonna be more so like what I want to leave rather than $100 million brand. Like, I'm not caught up in the money. And that sounds crazy. I think a lot of people always have money as the end goal, but it's just like, how many people you gonna touch? How many people support it? How many people I don't really necessarily know if I want it to be like a household name. Like, I just want to do my part by pushing a positive message that I think people are supportive of.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, so
like, it'll be great.
Really your goal is literally, how people receive it and what it does for their lives.
And what they do within their life to kind of like transform that, like, growth.
Yeah, and I think positive messages, like, the brand being a positive message in general, like Prolific Dreamer. Like, you hear that and it already is like, what's that? Like, what I'm talking about? Like, what's Prolific Dreamer? It sounds good in itself. Like, okay, I like that.
But at the end of the day, like, for sure, like, if it goes that way, shoot.
Definitely.
Guess you're doing something right.
Yeah, no, I think when you have something that you're building, one, that you're passionate about, two, that you're working towards, and 3 that like promotes 1 longevity, but 2 like just a positive message, I think is bound to do well.
Yeah,
like
money will come,
especially if you feel like this is, you know, God-given vision type thing.
Yeah.
And also like I honestly think if you continue, I believe if you continue to like what you're doing now, continue to build upon it, like there's no way it won't be successful on a financial level as well as, you know, just on a recognition level. There's no way, honestly.
And don't compare.
Yeah.
Just do you, stay in your own lane.
Yeah. That's good. I like that. Let's see. Okay, so what is a piece of advice that you would give someone starting a business or a brand?
I think a piece of advice I would definitely give is crazy because my boy Aaron, he got a brand named Iconic Clothing. Yeah, Aaron Christopher. And that's my boy. We've been locked in since elementary, middle school.
Okay.
So I ran into him in the mall not too long ago, and we were just talking about our brand, like being creative, and it was a dude that overheard us, like saying like, how'd y'all get into it? You know, I have this vision, I have this idea, and we're like, bro, like, we're glad you got that idea, but don't hold yourself back. Like, make sure you at least put it on paper, like, start it. I think that's the biggest thing. We think so hard, we think it has to be perfect, we want it to be this big, grandiose thing, but it's like, dude, if you don't start it, it's only gonna be big in your head, and that's not good enough. Like, put it on paper, start that Instagram, start taking pictures. You don't gotta have a Canon G7X and take no pictures. Like, you know, do what you gotta do first with things, with the resources that you have, and like start working towards it. So like that 1% better, I would just say, start it.
Yeah. I was, you know, it's around New Year, so I'm trying to figure out, okay, what, like, I'm being really intentional when it comes to 2026. And so I'm like, okay, what goals do I want to achieve? So I'm looking up stuff about goals, and it says, like, you're 42% more likely to achieve your goal if you write it down.
Yep.
So just writing it down, just by writing it down, you're already 42% closer to the goal. And it's like, you think, like, that seems crazy, but it's like
that's, I love like those type of facts.
Yeah, and I was reading that, and I just kept reading it over. Like, all I gotta do is write it down, and I'm 42% closer. So imagine, okay, you write it down, you're 42% closer. Now you're coming up with an action plan that makes you a little bit closer. Now you're actually taking the action. Now you're a little bit closer. It's only a matter of time. It's bound to happen. Oh my gosh, that's good. I like that, and I think yeah, like you said, just talking about it. I know, like, sometimes I can get caught up in, like, just having an idea. Yeah. And, like, then not going nowhere with it. But it's like, the idea is good.
Writing that down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, write it down and then, like, definitely push action towards it because, I mean, it's bound to come. It's bound to get right. Wow. I like that.
Definitely, like, use my notes. Like, I'll go on my Apple or my phone, go in the notes app and, like, write things down at that moment. And then I just got into journal. Well, I would say just got, but been like transitioning into journaling I've been journaling for about like 3 years now. But like writing things down, I think I look back at one of these dates was like January 13, 2024. Tell me why I went through those. I was checking out like, what did I do? Let me see if I did something this year. Look back, I completed like 8 out of the 10 goals.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even notice. I was just doing it because I had written it down. So
yeah, and I've noticed that too. Like sometimes I'll be like, oh, I want to do this, and then I'll forget about it, and then I'll go back to it. I'm like, this is this is something I've had this whole time.
Exactly.
Like, dang, I thought I just came up with that just now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's writing it down is important.
It's key.
Yeah. So every goal, we believe I'm gonna write it down 2, 3, 4, 5 times because you know it's just. But I mean, that's kind of part of my like. Sometimes I feel like when I'm creating something, it's better if I actually write it down with a pen and paper versus like writing it on my iPad.
Typing it, so
yeah, because it's the same thing, but sometimes I just need that ink and that physical paper.
Different.
Yeah, and I'll write it on both. I'll write it on my pen and paper, but then I'll transfer. Like usually when I write it on pen and paper, it's like all over the place and it's real ugly. It's like a draft. Yeah, and then I organize it like on my iPad. So this is here. This is here. And then that's how I kind of like do with that. Yeah. But yeah. I think that conversation was like important for y'all to have with him because who knows where he was at in that process. But also like I think it helps y'all because you know sometimes we'll say something to other people that we need to apply to our lives and we'll look back at it and be like, oh wow, like I need to do that too, you know?
Correct.
Yeah, but So what is like when you're creating or when you're packaging or when you're doing anything concerning your brand, what does like a typical work day look like for you?
A typical work day. Every day is not the same at all. Every day is definitely not the same. There's days that I'm definitely more creative than other days to where I'm actually on Photoshop trying to figure out, what I want to do. But every day the brand is on my mind, if I'm being honest, like every day. Because in the fashion industry, you have to think about the next thing that you're gonna do, because you got spring collection, you got winter collection, you got off season things that you might put out. So it's like you're constantly thinking about, what I'm gonna put out. But a typical day, like right now, I actually like was just researching like analytics on my Shopify before I got here, just to see like, okay, what did I do in comparison to last year. And not like to be like, oh, I should have done this X, Y, and Z, but just to see like analytics speak for itself. And
it gives you like an actionable goal, like
correct.
Oh, I did this, so how did I do that? What did I do to get there? Let me do that again or whatever, you know. Okay. What is the biggest thing you think you like dislike about, what has been the biggest thing you dislike about building this brand? Is there anything?
Fast fashion.
Oh, okay.
As a whole, like just not hating on brands, like everybody gonna get it how they get, but like I think my mindset towards my brand is a little different. I'm not doing it. Like of course, like I said, you want success, you want money, and that comes with it. But like if you're not really passionate about something, and like I know I'm putting like more of a creative twist on it, or like I'm more passionate about it, and you just doing it because you trying to run up some money, it's like it's different. It's like
you can tell it's different too, because one, it don't last. Like usually, and I hate when, not just with fashion, but I hate when people will put stuff out there, a brand, a business, and then like it'll be good for like 6 months, 7 months, and then nothing. It's done. It's over, and it's like, I hate that, and I think that's why I was like kind of like hesitant to start this, because if I put it out there, believe it's gonna go with me, all my life, or however long I want it to be.
Get better.
It's gonna get better. It's gonna grow, and it's gonna be here for a long time. And I hate when I see people just stop. Like, why did you stop? If you were so passionate about it, if you loved it so much, if you had this grand idea, why did you stop? Was it because of fear? Was it because you really wasn't passionate about it? You just saw everybody else doing it.
Exactly. You seen X, Y, and Z do it, so I'm gonna try something.
Yeah, like, everybody do this. Let me hop on this way. Then it's like, no, you gotta be like. Sorry about that. My camera died, and we had to figure some things out. But we're back. We were talking about people starting businesses and brands and different things, and stopping, and how much just can't stand that, because it's like it was never true to you if you started it so fast and then stopped it so fast. And I think to solve that, just people got to be more like intentional about what they're putting out and what they're doing and stuff. And longevity, that's the thing we want to build, like continue to build upon this, but just making sure like whatever we're doing is for the long term. It's not just for right now. Like a lot of people do things for right now, or only do things that align with them in this moment. Like what I'm building will continue to evolve, but like it's still, the core is still going to be the core. Like this podcast is still going to be like for people who have brands and businesses, like, trying to promote them, but also it's going to be for conversations like, that we were even having off camera, just about life and stuff. So,
and don't just look at success stories and feel like, oh, just because it's like, let the success story motivate you, but don't look at it and be like, oh, that's easy, I can just do that, and not be willing to put into work and makes it successful and then just quit. Like, that's because you got the idea or you got the interest just because you saw a success story. Like, that don't make no sense.
Like one thing about success stories that I learned about myself, like as growing up, I love listening to, because it's like, oh, you were there, you got this. But all the success stories I was listening to, it was like a out the mud story. Like, oh, I started from the bottom and had to wake my way. So everything that I thought everything that you had to achieve, you had to go through like something terrible to achieve it. And I had to kind of like work out of that mindset, because like that's stupid. Like,
but I think sometimes like you gotta have those defining moments that,
for sure, definitely,
that create and mold you to think differently, do stuff differently, because it's gonna push you. It should. Like, I had a lot of those in grad school.
I think so too, but I'm like, I used to go extreme with it a little bit. Like, even sometimes today when I'm thinking of something, I'm like, oh, if this happened, like I said it before, like I used to think that in order for a man to show he loves me, he had to get shot. And like stuff
protecting you. You funny as hell. Talking about shot. Yo, he really love me. Like what?
He only loved me. But stuff like that, I would go so extreme with like, because you hear the things about like, you know, even like you look at professionals, a lot of professionals, you know, oh, they didn't have their dad in life and their partner got shot and, you know, their mom was a drug addict. You know, it's just like these terrible, and I think the black culture looks at things a lot the same too. Like you have to be from the hood to be able to overcome, you know, stuff like that. And I think I had to work out of that mindset.
Glamorize, like, don't get me wrong, like they're very successful, and we look up to them at the end of the day because they're a part of culture. But like, we glamorize, you know, streets. We glamorize ball players. We glamorize celebrities. But it's like there's different avenues too. You can glamorize that.
Mm-hmm. And I think people who are from the hood and get out of the mud and, you know, from the trenches, all that stuff, and work their way up, I think that's great. 100%, I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but I also think it's great when, you know, you could be, like, at a, you know, average level of, you know, like an average social status level, or, you know, above average, and still work to make something of yourself. I think all of them are, you know, probably equally, you know what I'm saying? So... I mean, but that's just something I had.
And even I think identity shit, it's like, oh, that was a part of me. Like, that was a part of me. I did those things. I did that. But my mind evolved, and I figured out it was different ways I could still be successful. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. Yeah. I forgot a question I had to ask you. Okay, I finished all the questions, but I know I have more. But this last one on here is, what is, like, the thing you love the most about being an entrepreneur?
I think I love that it allows you to think freely and, like, learn the real world in a sense and kind of apply real world values to kind of, like, just your business, because you have complete control over what you can do. You your own boss. See, regardless of which level. So you have the autonomy to do anything. And I think because like corporate and work, save, like that mindset doesn't allow you to think that you can have ownership. But when you have ownership, you're like, damn, I'm actually free from the shackles of modern day slavery, whatever it may be. And it's just like, it's refreshing to be able to have that side, or be able to think you can create something that will provide you financial freedom and other areas of freedom. Yeah,
you talked about financial freedom earlier, and I wanted to touch on that, but I totally forgot. Like, owning a business, having your own, like, it just allows freedom on every aspect. Like, you don't have to work from 9 to 5 in the office. You can do whatever. You can lay out the schedule, and I think that's one thing I realized. You know, I wanted to be a doctor at first, and I think about it, and I'm like, bruh. Like,
the work-life balance, like,
with this, I can do, like, I have the freedom on every level to do what I want, you know, like, or even if I don't have the freedom now because I'm still building, one day I will be able to have the freedom to live my life exactly how I want. I don't have to take orders from no one. I can spend money on, you know, whatever I need to and whatever I want to. I can, you know, travel when I want to. I can extend my stay if I want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to fit in such a box.
Constraint, like, yeah.
And, you know, that's one thing, I mean, I think I love. But I see, we see, like, a lot of people are, you know, figuring out that, like, this is the way. Like, you know.
I think it's a Gen Z wave. Like,
we
understand we don't want to slave. We don't want to do stuff for bare minimum. There's different outlets, TikTok, shoot, I'm hearing sports betting, real estate, like, starting a brand, investing, like, there's different avenues. So it's like, if money, or if that's your drive, there's other ways to make money so that you can be free. You don't have to sit up in the office all day.
Yeah, I think, like, when it comes to, like, choosing a career path, you have to start, like, money can't be the reason.
It can't be
because
reason.
I would have been in a situation where I'm making a good amount of money, but I'm not really
happy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it can't be money. It can't be based off what everybody else is doing because what they're doing.
The
is
social norms.
Yeah. It has to be based off passion and I think purpose. Like you combine the two, like you can figure out how to, what are you here for? Like, what do you think you're here for?
I think we kind of touched on it earlier, like being able to speak life into people. I've been really big on like psychology, sociology lately. So it's like understanding like the different cultural dynamics and like things that kind of shape and drive people, but being able to just speak life and motivate people, regardless of like their outcome, demographics, whatever. Like that's what I think I like doing because people have always told me like you wise for your years, like you really are wise, and it's like really like I
never noticed. It's just who I am.
Yeah, it's just kind of a part of me. So like trying to just use that wisdom that I was given through like teachings, lessons, and kind of like allow other people to see that and be able to take that and not have to go through certain things and just learn from it and like grow from it. And I think that's the bigger thing for me.
Okay, so and then your passion, what do you believe that is?
My passion?
Like, one of your main ones. I think I know it.
What you think it is?
Creativity. And not just
that's the first thing that came to mind.
Not just in fashion though, like just in general. And then so now you take your purpose and your passion and you combine them.
Yeah.
So your purpose was, speaking life into people. Your passion is fashion. And that's literally what you did with Prolific Dreamer. Yeah. Like it's your purpose and your passion mixed together and it's like now it's something so beautiful and I love it. I love, bro, I swear I love the brand itself, like the products and stuff. Let me tell you, before I even say that, let me tell you, I asked my siblings for one thing. I said, give me Prolific Dreamer. And they was like, okay, bet. So I sent them the link and everything. And so, like, I'm checking back in with my brother, right? And I'm like, so did you get it? And he was like, yeah. He was like, well, kinda. I said, what do you mean, kinda? It's either a yes or no question. And he was like, well, it has Prolific on it. So now I'm like, this man went to Amazon and got something that says Prolific. And I'm like, bro, like, now I'm pissed. Yeah. But yesterday he told me he did get me something from your brand. So I was like, yes.
It's definitely on the way for sure. Yeah. I do a lot of like pre-order drops just because it works for me. So that I don't have to have like an influx of
extra
and try to sell that. I'd rather just be content with, the people. And since I, and trying to learn marketing and all that, like, I'm definitely getting a lot more people that are shopping. But it takes time for a pre-drop and you don't have a pre-made. But Sid definitely bought some. He definitely bought some. A few things, actually.
He did?
A few things, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 2 things?
A few things. You're going to leave it at that. A few things. You can be surprised.
Well, no, because I told him the sweatsuit, the gray sweatsuit at first. But I was like, you know what? Like, they already had got, like, I guess most of my gifts. So I was like, just do, like, the black jacket that you had. So I was like, just get that. And then I asked him yesterday, I was like, so what did you get? And he was like, he couldn't remember. Yeah. Which I really believe he couldn't remember. I was like, it's either the sweatsuit or the black jacket. He said, whichever was cheaper. I said the black jacket. He was like, okay, maybe I got you the black jacket. So I don't really know.
It might be too. I can't remember either because it's a lot of orders, but I remember seeing Sid name for sure.
Yeah. So I'm excited to get that in the mail, put a little fit on. I always keep putting.
And you rocking the old. I would say like, I remember creating that in my garage, like
really
on Black Friday. I think 6 years ago, like was marketing. I was taking my own pictures. I was up to like 2 a.m. because Black Friday was that morning. I was dropping at 12. But those were sweatshirts that everybody liked, and I was like, wow, like. And to this day, I don't own one of those.
Really?
I sold them all.
You sold this one to me.
Sold
this
that
was
one
like,
to you.
because I was like, I needed a small, and you was like, I only have the one that I have. Yeah. And he was like, I can give it to you. I said, you sure? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yes, give it to me.
It's just something about seeing somebody else and something you created.
Yeah.
Like, and they being able to enjoy it for themselves. So.
But yeah. I was saying something before I got into like the gift my brother was giving me. I was going somewhere. Dang, I wish I would have stuck with that. I don't know what I was saying.
I probably cut you off.
No. I was like, before I get into that, let me tell you a story.
Creative. Tell me a story, yeah, about some.
Yeah, but it was like right before that I said something and I was like, no, let me tell you this. I forgot it. I can't remember.
Oh, when I started the brand, you were just talking about like.
No, it was before then. Help me, because I'm trying to figure it out.
You talking about combining the two passions.
Mm-hmm. And you did that with your brand. You know, I can't remember. But
creativity.
But yeah, you combined the two and really came up with something nice. Like, I was saying, I think like I love the brand and what it stands for. Like mainly what it stands for, because you could have took that and made anything. You could have made like I don't know, you could have did shoes and it could have been for like return shoes or something, you know, just something random. But like I love the brand. I love what it stands for. I love like seeing you continue to work. And sometimes that's why I get scared with my friends. Like when they have a good idea, I'm like I really want you to continue with it. I don't want you to stop. Because I told you, I hate when people start and stop. But it's like, come on, like, you know, like, just ruin. Like, I'm definitely, like, rooting for you and the brand. Like, everything you're doing in life, definitely rooting for. And we'll continue to pray and stuff for, like, success. Because I just want to see you succeed. Like, I think it's, like, especially when you have a group of, like, this is the network being built. Because, like, obviously, we're going to get to a point where we're, bigger, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be and then it's like, you know, we're going to be at a function, like, an event one day and be like, you know what I'm saying?
Inviting each other here and there.
Yes, and I think like that's why everybody around me I want to see win. Like when the camera died, we was talking about like our siblings. Like that's why we're so hard on them and pushing them to succeed, because it's like I want everyone close to me to succeed. And if you don't want to succeed, I'm not gonna lie. Like we can't be close.
Come around here.
We literally, there's no way we can have a close relationship and you don't have things that you're working towards. You don't have any goals. Yeah. And I'm not even saying your goals have to match mine, because I know my goals are like crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you're not working towards anything. Yeah. That don't sit right with me. I don't like that. Yeah, literally. And I don't like that, like a lazy mindset. Don't like it. A stagnant mindset, like you just stuck. You gotta work out of that. Yeah. You gotta, and I get it. Like some people have like different stages in their life where they, you know, like might be in a stagnant place. I understand that 100%. Yeah. You know, but this is the lifestyle you're living. Like this is what you wake up and do every single day. Yeah. And you go and you're okay with that. Like you're content with that. That don't sit right with me at all.
You gotta tap into them gifts. You blessed. Like you really gotta tap into them gifts or things that you interested in that, you know, might be hobbies, might whatever be, like just being somebody who always wants to see growth. Like
in your 20s, perfect time to explore all that. I think like in college, I didn't think I had any gifts.
Really?
I didn't think cause you know, again at HBCU, like you see, oh dang, they're a great dancer. Oh dang, they can sing. Whoa, this person is so smart. And it's like, I don't feel like I'm really high in any of those levels. But like what I started to realize is like creativity. Like that's my gift on every level. And it was something I've always had since a child, but like, you know, playing softball and then getting away from like the core of who I am. It just kind of got me away from that. But then like realigning myself and my goals and my morals, it allowed me to get back to that point. And it's like, oh, this is my gift. Now I'm, you know, like, in that world, and it's like, oh yeah, I love it.
You know, we was just talking about how like we be making deposits toward like the bigger goal or whatnot. Like you was playing softball, you was consistently at practice, you was disciplined. Y'all won what, 2 state championships?
Just one.
Oh, one.
It was supposed to be 2.
Every year y'all was going. We was like, we were glad to support y'all because we knew, y'all was winning. Like, came to the games and all, but it was like those different characteristics or character development traits were being developed to where you can now have something that you know you put in time in, you know you discipline, you know you're creative about, you know you're passionate about, just like softball. Like it's a lot of these different characteristics that were being developed and uprooted out of you to be able to put into something else. Like those you can't really teach a lot of these things. You just have to like go through it, learn from it. Like you can't teach a lot of things.
You gotta experience life. Like I think one thing really this year, but one thing this year, I was kind of so focused on like just everything concerning the art of, like, especially these last 6 months. My whole life was the art of, and I didn't really like go out much or do much. But it's like, no, you need to do those things. One, because like you go out, you can be inspired so easily. Like an idea comes quickly for me. So like, just go out, put yourself out there, meet new people, just experience life, because you never know like what you will get out of it. And I think that's another thing that I'm doing next year. Oh yeah, like I'm locking in with just put myself out there. It's really being intentional with like connecting with people, and I don't know exactly how to do that, but definitely looking into events that's happening in the city and stuff.
Traveling, I think traveling brings so much perspective too. Like it don't gotta be no grandiose or trip. Like going to do something. Oh, you've never been to this lake that's 20 minutes from your house. And going out there thinking like meeting different people, going to different places. I go to coffee shops a lot.
Me too.
And it be a lot of people that's in there like in. They working.
Yeah.
They're not in there like, oh, just getting a cut. Like they're either talking to somebody which they brought and they talking about business, or they talking about other things. It's like if you put yourself in spaces or around people that's on the same wavelength, something's gonna spark out of that.
Yeah. And I love shops. Yeah, me too. It's just like I'm big on like aesthetically pleasing places. Yeah. Like I feel like I thrive.
It brings the work. Like you do. Like,
I got this place just look like I'm gonna work good. Yeah. So that's like one reason, but like that's kind of surface level reason. But also like you don't have to be in the house all day. You don't have to be in somewhere like boring like a library. Even though sometimes I don't mind going to the library, but it's like I don't want to sit in there every day. You know, it just gives you
structure. It creates structure too.
Yeah.
And community, because you're around people. You're not sitting here all day like.
Yeah, you're around other people. Even though you may not know them, you're still around other people that are working towards something.
And you see it. And since you're in that environment, you like, I need to get my phone. They work.
Yeah. Everybody quiet. Everybody locked into their screen or whatever. It's like, okay, let me lock in. Yeah, definitely.
All that.
Coffee shops are good. I love conversations like this, man.
In-depth
I'm like, you know what? At some point, like, I'm gonna get a group of people who just like really like having conversations. I'm gonna get us all together and we
sit around a campfire,
just chat,
go
like
somewhere. Like that's vibes, like.
Well, it was good talking to you. We're about to do a slight fit check. It's a segment of the show I call Fit Focus. Jourdan, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay, all right. So, for my fit, I like to focus on embodying my guests. So, I had to come with a prolific dreamer. OG prolific dreamer. OG. Yeah, like Jourdan gave me this shirt off his back, literally.
Off my back. Never sold it again.
Yeah, literally. And I still have this, and I have another one back at the house. But, so I went with this, crew neck, and then these like, I don't know what type of pants these are.
I like the cut. The cut tough.
Some type of pants, and then I got my shoe game is terrible, but I got some Steve Madden shoes. Jourdan?
I be going for like a basic vibe nowadays, but I just got on a black shirt, some nice Levi's, and some Margielas on with a little, belt, but nothing too crazy. I'm very simple nowadays. I don't really be
smart casual.
Yeah, like something slight, not too crazy.
Well, that's it for the show. Thanks for watching. Y'all, stay tuned in to what Jourdan's doing, whether it's with this brand or anything else, because success is coming. But that's it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Perfect. That was good, Jourdan.